Hi, my name is Luna, and you're in my bus Shakti. It's a 2005 International. I purchased it in Oregon and drove it down from Oregon to here in Northern California. So yeah, I have some house plants or bus plants. I just like to have nature around me at all times. And behind me is one of my many pieces. This one is a buffalo skull. So yeah, I sit there. It's a very meditating thing. I start in the middle and I work my way out, and it takes a lot of time, but I love doing it. It's what I do. Here's my little art station. This is where I sit. Here's my little work chair, and I sit and I do my art, and people will hit me up on Instagram or Facebook and ask me to design a cool, whatever their mind wants to create. I kind of throw it on the canvas, and that helps me to live this lifestyle. This is basically my lounge / creative station. When I'm not painting, I'll move this cushion and move all these pillows on top of this trunk here, so I can have 2 couches to sit and talk and hang out with friends. And then everyone needs a cooler, so I have a cooler for camping. This is also an outdoor kitchen set that you can fold up and take it outside, but I decided to bring it in and use it because I want to build cabinet space, but I always say live in the bus first before you go crazy and start building things out, because you may not want that in the future. I'm trying this out for now. Eventually, maybe I'll have the cabinets here, or maybe I'll move it here. I've been traveling for the past 5 years, living in tiny situations and campers, and I converted a trailer before I bought this bus to test out the waters to see if it's something that I could manage and do. There's this organization called Woofing. Basically, it's a work trade. So you go and you live on the farm, you learn the ins and outs and what to do and how to farm, and basically they host you. So they'll feed you, they'll give you a place to stay, and you just trade your work, your time. And then I met my friend Doris, whose farm I'm living on now, and she has a walnut farm with a bunch of animals. And basically I contribute some days of work and I get to live here for free. So I get to use water. Basically, I don't have to pay to live anywhere. I can live on a farm and be in nature. How I make my side money is I'm an artist, so I sell my art online. I sell my art on Instagram and Facebook. I have a page. So I do animal skulls with mandalas. You don't need a lot of money to live this lifestyle. You don't need to pay rent. You don't need to, all my bills got cut in half once I hit the road. And I've been living like this going on 6 years now. So this is one of my favorite features of the bus. These are child lock. So when you're driving, they don't come flying open and everything everywhere. I got my copper sink. This right here is just a copper pipe that I slightly bent, drilled a hole in the wood, and connected it. This is for my little self pump down here. And this is for my gray water. And this is the drain for the sink where it falls into. And then down here, this is a 3-gallon jug. It's a glass jug that I have this pipe that feeds through it. Basically, when you push on this marine pump, the water goes up through the line, through the pump, back through here. So I don't have a hot water, cold water knobs. It's basically just a hole with some pipe, and yeah, you just look, wash your hands, easy. And I also love the fact that you don't have to hear a pump noise. If you're sleeping, you don't have to turn on a switch to turn the pump so that the water flows in the sink. It's basically just push your foot, you know. Here I have my water that I fill. It's another 2 or 3 gallon. And this is my generator pack. So this is all run off solar. So each one of these units is attached to a solar panel that's on top of the roof. And all of these are connected to each other, so it can store more power and pull more power. This is called Nature Power. It's a gel battery pack, which these wires here run up to the roof. I still have to do some changing around. So the bus cost $5,500, and I paid for them to gut the seats and do all that. It's a 2-man job that I didn't want to do, so I paid an extra $500 for that, and then I paid for another $400 for them to put a hitch on the back and 2 new tires. So the total of everything when I first bought it was $6,900. The converting it's on and off for a year. It took me to get it to this living standards, which is there's still so much more work to do. I want to say roughly with the $6,900, about $12,000 to $13,000 is what I've spent so far. This is a solar light here, which I bought on Amazon. So you just pull that little cord, and this lights up very well at night. I can see everything that I'm doing, cooking, whatnot. And it also has a solar little pack up top. I have all my teas, hence the name Shakti. I was going to turn this bus into a traveling tea lounge, but then COVID happened and put a damper on that parade. But I still plan on doing it. I still plan on taking the bus and doing like tea parties and stuff like that once I get a deck built on top. But yeah, here's my little kitchen station. Down here is basically where I store all my food and cooking utensils, things like that. Snacks, you know, just more storage space. And then down here has all my plates and bowls and cups and things like that I use on a daily. I don't really need a lot because it's just me, really. Yeah, and I have my spices here and main things that I cook with often. And then this is my propane fridge. This fridge, I want to say, is a game changer. A propane fridge is definitely something you would want if you lived in a bus. So I have a full-size freezer and a full-size fridge. It's great. I love it, love it, love it. And here's my bathroom. This is the walls that I made out of these vintage windows. I bought all of these windows off Craigslist for $30. So I painted them, and this is my horse trough tub / shower. It works great. I put this little plastic so you can still get some light and see when you're taking a shower. It gets really hot. I have a propane heater tank, and basically you could sit in here and it comes up to your shoulders, which is really nice. It's better than an actual bathtub. And then in here I saved the bus, you know, the mirror that you have so you can look behind you. I saved it and I put it in the bathroom because I like the feel of like, yes, we're still on a bus. And then here's my compost toilet. It's basically simple. I did some of my mandala work around the toilet to make it creative. And in here is my California king size bed. I've never owned a king size bed, let alone a California king size bed. But when I decided to build out this bus, I said, you know what? The two important things in my life are having good sleep and food. Having a bed where I can, if I have a friend stay over, it's like, you know, it's big enough to fit like 3 or 4 people. It's really comfy. I put on this memory foam, 10-inch memory foam mattress topper. And then all of the windows, you can open these. I can pull these up and tuck them in, and it gets a nice breeze through here. Also, I like the fact sometimes I like to go up top. So I open my little window here, and I can climb up and sit on the roof and look at the stars or talk with friends, have some tea and chill. So yeah, And then I have little curtains in the back to open up for the windows. Behind there is just a door that opens to the very back. And I have my books. And underneath here is storage. I put my laundry down there. I have art supplies down there, shoes and things like that. So it's plenty of storage space because it's a huge bed. And then over here is my closet. It's just kind of, I put things in these little cubbies. And then I put a little, it's like a little shelf rack here to hang some of my clothes. But mainly, I don't really need a lot. And it's pretty simple. So yeah, I was inspired to live this lifestyle. I want to say when I was 29, I had this epiphany where I'm like, wait, what am I doing with my life? Why am I working so hard to live in such a situation where I have to, all of my money, everything I've done is going towards living in a building, you know, living in walls. So I decided, that's it, I'm downsizing. I downsized everything. I sold everything. I bought a pop-up camper. And then I was like, all right, time to hit the road. I lived on different farms, friends' properties and things like that. But what really inspired me was I didn't want to work the 9 to 5 anymore. I did not want to have a boss telling me I needed to go to work. I needed to clock in. And just for what? Just to live? Like, no, I just want to live. There's this excitement of learning. There's this excitement of constantly going somewhere new and meeting new people, and there's never a dull moment, that's for sure. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed my bus. And you can find me on Journeys with Luna. That's on Instagram. That's my main page. And then if you want to check into my artwork and see what I do to bring in income, it's called Lundala Creations. That's Lundala Creations. And then also I do have a private page for my bus, so you can see kind of how I've built everything from scratch and all of my trial and error mess ups and things like that. I have a page that's active, and that's called Shakti Bus, SHAKTEA, and you can follow my journey there as well.